Folks, a lot of us work in a complicated industry, and there's nothing more complicated when you look at financial analysis, the market specifically. Where are they going? What's happening? We have today the guy that's behind the curtain making rates happen at SunWest.
Thank
David,
you.
what a pleasure to have you here.
Same here.
It's,
Thank you for having me.
it's an honor. But the thing that I want to talk a little bit about is the markets.
Sure.
You have a way of keeping the company secure and safe, and yet competitive.
Absolutely.
I look at that's that's not an easy job, especially when we look at the volatility that's going on.
Absolutely.
Let's share some of the principles of some of the things that you look at the markets. Every morning you wake up. Talk about your average day in the market. You wake up in the morning,
Absolutely. 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and you live in.
Southern California.
So you're looking at the markets. What's going
Pacific
on?
time, 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So you're up early looking at the markets. What are some of the things you're looking at when those markets open?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I look at the movement in the treasuries. I mean, I know when the market opens at 6:30, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, the MBS market opens. I want to have some intuition of where the mortgage-backed securities are really going to open,
Yeah.
how much the price difference is going to be, relative to the treasury. So 4 o'clock kind of gives me a good view. Of course, the market can still change within 2 hours. I do take a nap in between, so but 4 o'clock.
If you're waking up at 4 o'clock, I hope you're taking a nap somewhere in there.
So and then of course at 6 o'clock my team's ready.
Yeah.
I'm getting a call. My team's ready with their analysis that's prepared by AngelAi. Okay, you know what? We're long short. How much we need to put in? 6 o'clock. I'll have all the trades ready, and it's basically a decision at that point of time whether we're adding or paying off.
That's one of the things that's so interesting to me is how you're using AI. We know the power of AI when it comes to decisioning. Should we make a loan? Should we not make a loan? How do we sort through the complexity of a loan file? But what you have successfully done, you and Pavan and amazing Jennifer have figured out how to start applying AI into the analysis of the trade
Absolutely.
itself.
Yep.
Without giving away secret sauce, can you give us a little
Yeah.
insights into that?
Yeah, 20 years experience, of course, that's gone into it. Essentially, we've been, all the hedging that's involved, based on the status and AngelAi is, looking at how many conditions are open on a loan, what's the complexity of the loan, is that loan going to close, what kind of responses we're getting from the consumer, from the brokers, in resolving those conditions, based on the time frame, of course, the loan being hedged for. I mean, it determines the probability of the loan to close. And essentially, when you have these,
we're talking about pull through at that point.
Pull through at that point, exactly.
We're looking at how many loans are really going to close. You have loans that are locked. Some are going to fall out. Some are going to pull through.
Absolutely. And then when you look at 10,000 loans together, you can imagine what kind of complexity is involved, and that's what AI is really doing for us. 10,000 loans, combined, they're looking at the pull through, and that determines, okay, on the entire pipeline level, what is the additional hedge that's needed in the bonding, or whether we need to pay off.
It is getting to be more and more difficult when you look at the complexities of the market. Talk about what was and how AI is helping you, because one of the things I love about Pavan, he is very selfless.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about how amazing Jennifer is. He talks about how amazing you are. He talks about the use of AI. Yes, he's proud of what he's created, but more importantly, he is doing a great job of letting you use these tools that are going on. Talk about those tools that you're using.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, first of all, I'll talk about the manpower that was involved in the trading initially and the hedging side of it. We had about, 8 to 10 people. Right now, we had just 3 people.
Wow, you've gone 8 to 10 down to 3.
Down to 3, and essentially it's myself, and I have 2 people who actually take the trades. All the trades that are determined by the AI. I mean, apart from that complexity, I mean, it creates pools for us.
Creates the pools.
Pools for us to make securities. Now, of course, the final button is really pressed by a human.
Yeah.
But think of AI doing all the analysis, getting everything ready and saying, okay, you know what, this is where you can get the best price.
Right. There's a lot of people using AI and technology on an increasing basis, but it seems like you guys at SunWest are using it at another level.
Yeah, we're not just chatting away with an AI and saying what's the best way to write it, right? We're actually making it to use, we're not, first of all, we're not here to gamble, not here to
Yeah.
make money out of hedges, but to save our margins.
Right.
And that's what AI is helping us,
all about margin
to keeping our
preservation.
margin preservation is the main focus of our AI.
Yeah. Where do you see the markets going? We're in a very interesting time. Love to get your perspective. I know a good secondary guy, they keep in this tight range.
Yeah.
But how far out are you looking at the future?
I do expect, the recent volatility that's basically came up due to the Iran war to subside.
Yeah.
And,
know
oil
it.
prices we all see have been going up, and that's what, has been causing the bonds to sell off. And we've seen, the stock market has really, come back up, but we haven't really seen that happen with the bond market yet. I mean, the rates had gone into the fives. They're, still in the low sixes, back to low sixes again. I mean, towards the end of the year, I do expect all of this to subside.
Yeah.
There being a resolution, and we go back to, higher fives to mid fives, and that's where I expect the year to end.
So let's go back and talk about, you talk about how you're anticipating rates going lower. We're managing volatility in between that period of time. Give us a little insights into how you're processing that.
Yeah, I mean, recently we've seen a lot of volatility around the war. So the goal recently has been, as compared to the calmer markets, of course, the goal has been to every morning when we look at it, and then every afternoon before we close Pacific time, we want to have our position that is flat in the morning. So we're not ready to take any overnight risk right now. Preserve your margins. That's a goal when the market opens in the morning.
Yeah. It's so fun to see someone who's managing this kind of level risk here at the Mindset Summit. When you listen to some of the speakers, give me some of your reflection and your thoughts on what you're hearing here.
Oh, it's motivating. I mean, it's amazing to hear, about the life of everyone, how people have achieved success. And, of course, I mean, it's the same way I see success with SunWest. I familiarize, how SunWest has seen the success versus everybody else. It's motivating for me.
Yeah, it's very motivating.
Yeah.
David, thank you so much for sitting here with me for a few minutes. I know it's difficult to get, if you know anything about a secondary guy, to get them behind the curtain on camera. That's a real challenge. David, thank you
very much.
Oh, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.